Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, people that are joining us. Hello, people that are watching us afterwards. Hello, all you lovely Sunday morning people. Hi. Okay. You know me, trying to get all these things figured out. All the things that I should have done beforehand. But instead, I was running to get coffee because I was out of coffee and I needed coffee. So now I have coffee. Now I have coffee, so things will be much better. So, how is everybody today? Yeah, yeah. We have stuff to talk about. We do. We have stuff to talk about. And there we go. Whoops. Now, see, I turned it down. I turned it down and it was still there. All right. Make sure we get everybody on here. There we go. All right. We have stuff to talk about. So, today we are going to be talking about this week's block. We're going to be talking about next week's block. We're going to be talking about a couple changes, not changes, just a few little adjustments to some upcoming schedules. We got some schedule changes for some things going on. Next couple of weeks are just a little clunky. So I just want to talk about that real quick. Make sure everybody knows what's going on. And just so that you're not surprised. Just there's just so much going on. You know, it's summertime. And things are happening. Things are happening. People are getting busy. Stuff's going on. So this week we worked on the diagonal moss stripe square. That's what we're doing for this week. Right? Am I off? Yeah, because last week we did the dot square. So this week we did the diagonal moss stripe square. And last week, as you'll recall, my square was a nightmare. It was a mess and it needs to be redone. Thankfully, we've got a catch-up week coming up and I can redo it. So I got to make sure I need to write that down. This is the one I need to redo. Redo. Okay, so I'm writing that down. I need to redo that one. Now, the diagonal moss stripe square. I got to tell you. Good morning, Sue. I have to tell you guys. I was very, very pleased with my diagonal moss stripe square. And the weird thing was it could have been a nightmare, but I did it when I was well rested. I did it in the daytime. I did not do it at 10 o'clock at night on Saturday night. And it made a big difference. It made a big, big difference. So, and I say that, hi, Mary. I say that all the time, that I absolutely cannot do these things when I am tired. Crochet, no problem. I can do that stuff in my sleep. I cannot do this. I can't do the knitting when I'm tired. Even if it's a simple pattern, I just have to be much more aware. I have to do my counting. I have to, and even my row count is, I get off on it so easily and I can't keep track of where I'm at. I can't read my rows well enough. I can't read my work well enough to keep track of where I am, to go back and figure out where I'm at. And you guys know, if it's crochet and you need to rip it out, you put your thumb here and you go, rip, and there you are. And you just do it again. It's no big deal most of the time. I mean, there's some pretty intricate things that we are kicking ourselves, or we've made a mistake here and now we're here and you're just, but with knitting, you make a mistake here and you got to rip out all of these things, and then trying to catch those stitches, and it's just not easy. And if I'm tired, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So last week, I made a point of doing my square when I was fresh and I was rested and it was daytime. And it made all the difference. And I enjoyed it more too. Made all the difference. So, where is it? It's over here. So, the diagonal moss stripe square. Super, super happy with it. Take my little stitch markers out. And there she is. Isn't that pretty? Super pretty. Very pleased with that. Very pleased. So then, I was showing that puppy off. Showing it off. And I sent a picture. Yeah. I sent a picture to Miss Cheryl. I said, looky, looky, looky. And she made a big red circle on it. And she goes, what happened here? I don't know. I don't know. Somehow, right up in there, I got off. I got my rows off. And I did not even see it until I sent her the picture. She got out her little red pen. That's the teacher in her. Because she thought I was asking her what I had done wrong. She did not know. I was going, looky, looky, looky how pretty it is. I don't care. I love it. Love it. And still even looking at it, knowing I messed it up, I can't hardly see the mess up. I don't care. I don't care. I love it. I love it. And I think it looks pretty darn good. So, and I have no idea what I did because I was using my clicker. I was marking off the rows. I did everything. No idea. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't knit. Maybe I just shouldn't knit. Hey, Chandler. Thank you for popping in. Maybe I just shouldn't knit. I think that's... I don't know. I'm about to give up. I really, really am about to give up. Because if I can't do this simple stuff, and I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying the process, maybe I should just do, I've got the Franken blanket, and that thing's a nightmare, and then this thing's a nightmare, and I don't know. Anywho, so what are we going to do next week? Next week, we are doing the single basket weave square. And I've tried to print it off the instructions. And my printer has decided that it's on strike. And so I couldn't even print the instructions off today. So, I'll be able to start the, there's those programs on your phone where it like highlights what row you're on. You click on it and it highlights what row you're on. Maybe that would help me keep track better. You guys know what I'm talking about? I think I have one. Knitminder or something like that, because you can do it. It'll keep track of your crochet instructions too. Knit Companion. You're supposed to be able to upload a pattern and then mark it as you finish it off. And then maybe that'd make it so that you don't lose track. Maybe I'll look into that. Yeah. I mean, I've knit some things. I just don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll plug along. We'll keep plugging along. We will keep plugging along. So the single basket weave square, I looked at it too. It looked like it was, so basket weave usually is kind of chunky and blocky. And this one didn't really look like that. Let me see if I can find it again. Because like I said, I had it pulled up and was trying to print it, but my printer has decided that it's not going to print. There's the Irish shawl. There's the winter shawl. Where are you? Single basket weave square. Open, open, open. So this is what this one's looking like. Boy, I can see me getting off on that pretty easy. Gonna have to really pay attention to the count on that one and the rows. I think if you get off on the row on that, you are so in trouble. Yeah, a dark color, not good. And it happens mine is cream colored this week. So this is my yarn this week. It'll be easy to see. I'm going to use my clicker. I'm going to use my check marks. I'll bet you I screenshotted the page. I'll bet there's a lot of repeat rows, whatever. So we do row 1, row 2, row 3, knit 1, purl 3, knit 1, purl 3, repeat row 1, knit 1, purl 1, repeat. So there's 6 rows. It looks more difficult than it was. Okay. Nope. We shall see. Yeah, I think this one's, I'm really going to have to pay attention. But I say that on every one, but every one of them. I do. Get back to the chat. There we go. So at least I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see my stitches easily because of this color yarn. And I think this is the yarn that I use. I do like that yarn. So I'm going to have to print out. I swore I printed that out already because I thought I printed out the whole month's worth of patterns. And I've got everything but that one. Wait a minute, what's that? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, what's that? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Nope. I gotta clean all this junk out. You know me, I'm like, well, I don't want to throw them away. What if I need them again? You know, I'm never making this thing again. Never. But I do need that one that I have to redo. The one that I just marked so that I wouldn't forget that I have to redo it. But actually, really and truly, I probably should reprint that one because I'm sure I've got marks all over it, and that's going to mess me up with where I'm at when I go to do it again. Likely. So how about you guys? Who got her done? Who did not mess it up like me? Yes, Sue, are you knitting with us? Are you knitting with us, Sue? Sue found us through, I know this. I know the answer to this. Flamingo. All I can think of is Flamingo. Pinky Jean. Sue found us through Pinky Jean. And Miss Pinky Jean is doing it. And she was beating herself up because she made a tiny little mistake on one of her blocks this week on her block. And that's very unlike her. On her edging, she missed a row. On her little bit of border, she missed a row right there. So funny. So not like her. So not like her. So you're packing and moving? Packing and moving. That's not fun. That is not fun. So all of this is recycled. That'll be nice. Get rid of all those papers. That's good. Yeah, packing is not fun. I luckily will probably not have to pack again for quite a while. And it's a good thing because I'm still, oh, look, there's the spring Irish shawl. When I added on that last skein of yarn, I had to get the pattern out. I couldn't remember. You'd think I'd remember. No, I could not. Could not remember how to do that. There's my schematic for my colors. I don't know if that's going to work now because some of my things are not sizing. They're not going to match up. They might. We can make it work. Oh, and I did get my more yarn. I did get another skein of yarn in the border color. So now I will not run out of the border color. So that was a good thing. I was able to get it. Packing up my kitchen for when I get a new one. Oh, so fun packing. My lady across the street, my neighbor across the street, she's having a new dots. Is this the one? Is this the one I have to redo? The dots. She's having a new kitchen made right now. Mini dots. We did the mini dots in May. June 16th. This is the one I have to redo. So, yeah, she's got worker bees over there all the time. All the time. I am probably never going to do this one again either. And if I do, I know where to find it. Well, that's all that junk in. Yeah, I absolutely do not have that pattern. All right. So this is the one I need to redo. This is the Irish shawl. Redo. I don't really think I need this. I'm pretty sure I have the border memorized. And now you saw me go through all those things. Now what did I do with the, where is it? Fell down under my thing. Oh, I know. Especially if you have been in a kitchen for a while. If you have been in one spot for a while. And then we have the added bonus of I sold kitchenware. I sold Pampered Chef. And so every time they came out with a new product, I had to have the sample. So we have all that stuff as well. Hello, Ms. Glow. Hello, Ms. Gloria. Thank you for popping in. So yeah, so I have all that additional stuff. The other day we were saying something. We needed a blender for something, and I'm like, do we even have a blender? And I'm like, I know we do. I know we do, because when I first started selling Pampered Chef, that was one of the items that I earned with my, I think with my first kit. You know, you get that stuff when you start out selling, and I think I had gotten their fancy blender with my kit. And so we went digging, and it was stored in the laundry room, never even opened it. So Mr. dug it out, and he loves that thing. It's one of those ones that heat your food up while, you know, so like you make soups and things. And he loves it. And I knew he would. That's why I got that. That's why I chose that as an item. And so look at this. I printed out. So this is what I printed out when we started. And we're all the way down here. So I had to go in and print out the rest of it. So this is all that we've got left now. And this is the one we did this week. So this is all the rest of our weeks. The end is near. I don't want to say near. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, we also have a ribbed basket weave square. So we have the single basket weave square next week. And then 3 weeks later, we have the ribbed basket weave square. Okay. Yes, as you're packing your decluttering, Miss Morgan is really, really good at decluttering. And she's got one of those clothing racks like you'd see at the stores. It's just, the bar. And that's what she uses for her hang-up clothes. And probably every week or every other week, she will decide that thing is too full. And she never has more clothes than what will fit on that rack. Unlike some people I know. And she'll pick out 3, 4, 5 things and pull off of that and put it in a bag for the Goodwill. And then she'll come into the kitchen and she'll say, okay, I'm going to the Goodwill. And I have to pull out a few things. So I wander around the house, and I try to get rid of at least 3 things. Even if it's just a book. I try to get rid of at least 3 things. And I'm getting better. The last time, we have a problem with glasses, like these kind of things, mugs and glasses, and we have way too many of them. So I've been cleaning those out. And the last time, I think I got rid of about 6 coffee mugs. So that was good. So I'm doing better. And I have a whole set of dishes they're called, I can't remember what they're called, but they're ceramic, and they're really heavy. And I love the pattern on them, and I've loved them for years, But the problem is they're so heavy and we don't use them. We never, ever use them. I like the peripheral stuff. I like the canisters and the cookie jar and all that kind of stuff because they are big and heavy. But I can't, the plates, they're so heavy. I can't lift them. I can't use them. And so they were made by a company up here in the northern part of the state, almost up to Canada. And I'm trying to remember the name of the company, but they've since gone out of business. And they're very popular in our part of the country. So Washington, Idaho, Oregon, Montana, you'll see them frequently. Let me go grab one of the plates. They're super pretty. Oh, here. Oh, of course, this one doesn't have it. I thought it would. I had one of the things right here, and I thought it would have the name of the company on the bottom, but this one, of course, does not. Noel. It's called the Noel Pie Plate Company. So this is their design. The but it's these, and this isn't even the best one. Usually it's these flowers and it's different colors of these flowers. And usually there's a heart on the outside of it. There it is. This is a good one. This is a good one. Like this. And the heart is made out of, it's supposed to look like woven wood. And so a lot of their stuff has this. And these are done in the pinks and blues. And then they've got a lot of stuff done in green as well. So if your kitchen's done in greens and then pinks and blues. And at one point I had every piece they made, all of the dishes, all of the utilities, they had platters you could cut. You could have a turkey platter custom made. Can you imagine how heavy that turkey platter was? And you could order them for wedding presents and it would have the person's name on it. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. And I've got everything from the little teeny tiny dishes where you would put, you just put, I don't know. I use mine to put my rings in. And little teeny tiny saucers and soup bowls and mugs and all the things. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a utility crock. That's what this one is. And the canisters, and I'm looking over at my rack and all the different things, but they're so heavy because, this is that solid clay pottery stuff. They're so heavy. And I can't hardly even, I just can't use them as dishes anymore. But I love them so much. So what I want to do is get rid of the plate sets, but keep that kind of stuff. And you'd think with all the grandkids I have, somebody would want them. Not a one of them. And it hurts my heart to just get rid of them. But I need to. And then I actually replaced them with Corelle ware because it's thin and it's light. And if it gets dropped, it's not going to break. And I think even my Corelle ware has some pretty design on it. But I use these for everything all over the house. I use them all over the, well, and the same thing with the Fiesta ware. I got tons and tons of Fiesta ware with the beautiful colors, but it was the same thing. It was so heavy. So when we moved and went out on the road and, we sold the house and went out on the road in the RV, I sold most of my Fiesta ware. I kept a handful of pieces, and mostly it was stuff like this that you could use for crocks and putting things in and stuff like that. But, and it was the same reason. I remember one day we had a breakfast bar next to the stove, and I went to hand a plate up over the breakfast bar, and I couldn't even hold it. I dropped it because it was so heavy. I'm like, okay, time to quit using these things. So, and I had a lot. I had been collecting Fiesta ware for years, and I had a lot of it. So, and I miss that. But you can have like the spoon rests and those kinds of pieces, and have those pops of color, and the watering things, and just fun stuff like that, and still have those pops of color without having all of the different plates and things. But yeah, I know what you mean. I 100% know what you mean. But even if I just could find a home for those beautiful plates, that would clear out a whole rack of stuff in my kitchen, because I just have so much of it. I know, the Fiesta ware, and I just loved my Fiesta ware. I got for wedding presents. That was the main thing I had on my registry, and I was lucky. I got a ton of it as gifts, because I was an old lady by the time I got married, and I had everything in my house, and so I thought, this is something that I want, and um it was a nice thing to put on there, and we got a ton of it, all the different pieces. I had the huge mixing bowl set. I couldn't even lift that big mixing bowl. I could not even lift it. And I remember I ended up selling that mixing bowl set for $200, and that was a steal for somebody. But yeah, and just the older I get, I just can't lift that stuff. It's not worth it for the wear and tear on my hands. I'd rather save it for crocheting, right? Right? Oh. So next week we're going to do that basket weave. Oh, speaking of next week, let's talk a little bit about schedules, because we got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, you know what? Miss Morgan has that set, and I think she's missing one of the houses. She got it. You're not going to believe this, because you know how much that thing costs, Sue. She got that at I say Goodwill, and that's just generalizing any of the thrift stores. She got it at one of the thrift stores. What did she tell me? Just an insanely cheap price. I was $30 has come to my mind, but I know that's not right. Maybe it was $90. $90 for the whole set, the rack and all the house jars and everything. Yeah, it might have been $90, but she's very good at she gets so much stuff at the thrift stores. Probably 90% of what she gets at the thrift stores, and she knows she can find a good deal. She's super good at that. Really, really cool things. I need to have her. You know what's funny? I was having her on the lookout for knitting needles, like the Chiaogu or the good ones, the Addies, because every once in a while they're there. But we never see those things. You'll see a bundle of, just the old cruddy straight ones, but not the good ones. You don't see those even at our thrift stores. Either that or they're gone the second they show up. And I typically don't buy thrift store yarn. I'm just not comfortable about how it's been cared for. So, and plus I got an abundance. Yeah, that spice jar house set. I'd never seen one until I saw hers. I'm like, oh, this thing is beautiful. Just beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, there's some nice ones. A lady in the store yesterday, she was using the Likey, I don't know how to pronounce it. And they were very nice too. I've got a couple sets of them that I picked up on clearance. And I don't know that I've even used them yet, because they're kind of odd sizes. But they're very pretty, and they're very lightweight. In fact, I should pull those out for that hat that I need to make and try them out. I got to get going on that hat. My list. Okay, so let's talk schedules. Wednesday, Rad Girls may not happen. I don't know. I was looking. I'm going to be driving. We have to go over to the coast for a graduation. 10 in the morning, I'm likely going to be driving. And I don't know if the ever-growing list. I added 2 things to it yesterday. I don't know if I can do, first of all, I don't know if I'll have reception. I don't know if I'll have internet on the road, on the freeway, in the mountains. Who knows? Second of all, I'm trying 10 o'clock. I have no idea where I'll be by 10. Hey, Mr. Steve. No, I just saw. Oh, it's Steve is saying it. It's pronounced Luca. Luca. Is that correct? Am I saying that right, Steve? Luca. I just found out that Chigu is pronounced Chigu. Luca. Okay. Luca. Okay. Luca. So, but it's not the Haigi. That wasn't the word. Like Haigi is hookah. Oh, so it's Luca. Oh, I see what you're saying. Luca. So it's hookah and Luca. Got it. Luca and hookah. Okay. But they sure are beautiful, beautiful needles. That sort of a grayish wood. They're very pretty. So I'm going to be driving. I have no idea where I'm going to be on the road and what the reception is going to be like. I have not been able to connect with Dana since I thought of this. This is one of those middle of the night, oh crap kind of things. And I believe she's going to be unavailable as well because she's got some stuff going on next week where her availability is suspect. Amber, I can't even get a phone call to her. Her life is so upside down. And Darla won't host. She can't figure it out. So the options are maybe possibly Dana, but don't count on it. If I have reception on the road, I can do it. However, that means I'm doing it on my phone, and I don't know if I can bring up a guest on my phone. We'll see. So we're going to call it a pop-up live if it happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'd like it to happen. So we'll see. Because we missed it last week because of my silly work schedule. I was teaching and it went way, way, way long. I thought I was going to get out of there in time and it went way long. And poor Dana, they have strangled back her internet because she's done so many lives the last couple of weeks. So she didn't have the internet capacity to do it because she was trying to do it and she just didn't have the capacity to do it. So that's Wednesday. Now, I'm out of town next week. I'm going to the graduation. And I was talking with Miss Cheryl about next Sunday. She's also traveling next weekend. So let me read my notes to make sure I'm getting this right. But we will confirm it tonight when we're on. But I think what we decided was that next Sunday morning, we're going to cancel next Sunday morning. Right, that's the 30th, correct? Correct. So we're going to cancel next Sunday morning. And she is not available next Sunday evening. So what I think I'm going to do is, instead of doing this in the morning, I will do this in the evening. So we'll still be able to talk about our squares. We'll just do it in the evening instead of in the morning. And we catch more people in the evening anyway. So we're going to talk about our square next Sunday evening. I'm pretty sure that was all. And then possibly July, but let's worry about that when we get there. So probably no Rad Girl. We're just going to play that by ear. Let's kind of a pop-up live if it happens. And for sure, this one is going to be in the evening next Sunday. And we'll go from there. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. It seemed like yesterday when we were going over it, there was a whole back. Yes, bingo, bingo, bingo. 100%. I got all the numbers that so far, everybody that is registered, that's what I was doing last evening. I was putting all the numbers in. So I think you guys can access the description box now. And if you are able, please go in and make sure I put your numbers in correctly, because, it was 10 o'clock last night. We all know how accurate I am at 10 o'clock at night. That's obvious. But every number that I had, every person that I had put their stuff in, I have in the description box. So if you think you have your things in and you do not see it in the description box, I don't have it. And I went in, there were a few things that YouTube had pulled, they had blocked, and I had to go in and release them. Oh, there is another place too. I forgot. It's so funny because I do all of this on my phone, and then I'll go in and check, and I'll have to release it. And then somebody will say, no, I put my stuff in. I'll have to go in the computer, and YouTube will have blocked it, but it doesn't show up on the phone. It shows up differently on the computer. So I need to go in and do that also. Yeah, I should be asleep at 10 p.m. Sue. I was nodding off, but I wanted to get that finished. And so, but I'll do that again today. Normally, per Steve, the Sergeant at Arms, normally the cutoff to get your numbers in is going to be Saturday at midnight on bingo day. But because this is the first time around and we've been off for a while, and Robin is a pushover and all the things, I'm making the cutoff to noon tomorrow. Just this once. So we can get everybody in there. Okay. Yes, I can still, and that's why I wanted you guys to check, because I can access and make changes until we go live. Once we go live tomorrow, then I cannot access that stuff. Okay, so StreamYard. Open. Really? I'm in it and you still are going to make me. It does this to me every time. No, I already have an account. You know me. You know me. few things open on here. Of course, Miss Dana's already won, so there's no point in even playing. According to her, I doubt if she'll even play. She's going to be beat tomorrow night. Okay, put that number in there. Open this. Come on, open, open, open. Come on. Thank you. Bingo, edit. Okay, Mary. Mary. Now, what was it? What was it I messed up, Mary? I gotta look and see. Okay. 28 should be 48. Mary. 28 should be 48. And you know, you're going to be very sad if 48 comes up instead of 48. So, okay, I've got you changed to 48 now. Save changes. Okay. Yours is fixed. Yours is fixed. 28 to 48. Got it. Got it. Okay. So we'll leave that right there. So yeah. So anybody else, if you pop in there and see any problems, make sure I did not mess those up. That's right. No signing up the day of. That's going to be hard for me. That's going to be hard for me. But it's the right answer. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing for everybody who has followed the rules. That's annoying. That's annoying as heck when you go to some place and somebody has not followed the rules and everybody has to wait around for the people that followed the rules. I know. I'm just trying to always be nice and accommodating for everyone. So, but we are going to be tough. I'm going to be strong. Hi, Mary. Okay, now, Merrilee Ann. Okay. So, bingo. That's tomorrow, right?
Monday.
That's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. So tomorrow at 4:00, and I will try to be there a couple minutes early to make sure everybody's coming in and that everybody's. No, I can't. I was gonna say, and make sure if there's any problems. How can I do that? I guess I can't do that. I was going to say, if there's a problem, maybe I can tag I could do that. Hey, little yarn dude. I can pin a note to the top and tell people to check their numbers before I go live. And then if there's any problems, they can put the changes in there and then I can fix them before we go live. That's what I'll do. Because once we go live, I can't make any changes. That's what I'll do. So, super excited for bingo tomorrow. Bingo. It was nice to see everybody's faces in there, everybody's name on the list. That was fun. Oh, so Mr. and I have to go over to the shop this morning because I couldn't get the air conditioning. It's just one of those window air conditioners. It was hot in there. It's an old, well, you guys know it's a 100-year-old building and it's noisy and it's got those giant windows in the front and it was hot yesterday and I couldn't get the AC to work. Couldn't get it to turn on. And I could tell it was getting power because the little light on the plug-in was working, but I couldn't get it to turn on. So when we're done here in a couple minutes, we're going to go over there and see if we can get that to work.
You have an open one?
There was an open one. There was an open one. It was over there for a long time, and it might actually be over here. It might be in this pile right here.
I think
So
I saw it.
yeah, I think it's here. And I don't know, that's kind of not a good place for it. No, it wouldn't be in there. I think it's on the desk unless you put it in there. And then, so you guys know I did my finish it Friday, not this Friday, the week before, and it would not post. It was the same day I did my bingo video. And that thing spun and spun and spun, and it would not post. Wouldn't post. And it went round and round and round and round and round and round. And I had showed you guys my hat. All those hats that I made, those not Disney hats, the Sesame Street hats, right? And I had showed this that I had finished putting together, and a few other little thingies, and I was showing you how I had gone, what I had got done on the baby's dress and what I was starting on, and that thing just spun and spun and spun, and finally it just disappeared. And so I was going to redo, what is today, Sunday? So Friday I was going to redo a finisher Friday, and I ended up not even getting that done. I've been so incredibly busy. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do one today. I'll get it filmed and it'll drop today. I can't find those hats. I can't find those hats. I have a bag. I'm pretty sure I know what the bag looks like. It's just a Walmart bag. And it's got all those finished Sesame Street hats because they're all finished. And I was going to give them to my sister-in-law. And she wasn't home. I went to her house. And her daughter was there. And I talked to her daughter. Well, the last time I left something there and she wasn't there, it took 2 months for them to find where they had put them. Yeah, I went there. She wasn't home. And I'm like, I started to leave them. I'm like, nope, because we've done this before. And I thought, nope, I'm just going to keep them right here in my car. And I can't find them. I cannot find the bag. And I have looked everywhere. Everywhere. And I don't have that much stuff here anymore. I've only got a couple, the couple things I'm working on. And I have taken so much stuff back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to the shop. I don't know. I don't know. There is a bag there at the shop, and I've looked in it 3 times thinking it, because there's a Walmart bag there. And it keeps not being the hats. I've got things pretty organized there because, I'm really trying hard to keep my inventory organized there. And when I pull an order and I get it ready to ship, and I've got my mailing supplies all in one spot. And I just cleaned off the table here because I'm doing sewing. And so all of that stuff is organized. Do I see a blue bag? I see a blue bag. I don't know. But sometimes people move things and they can't remember moving them. That's my biggest problem. And I looked everywhere in the car. I looked under the car seats, and we don't have a trunk. And I lifted the car seats, and I have searched and searched and searched and searched. And it's going to be some ridiculous place that they got set. And I have been known to put things in the most ridiculous places. So, especially little stuff. Like I have, I bought these ear wires for earrings the other day. They came in the mail. Tiny little bag of ear wires. And I remember bringing them in the house, and I remember putting them. They might be on the desk. So I'll do another once over. I've got to find those darn hats. over and above the fact that it annoys me that I can't keep track of it, is I want it done. I want it done, and I want to be able to mark it off the list and get paid and be done. You know, I used to not be like this. Everything, too many things. Too many things. But I started the blanket. Yeah. Safe place. But I didn't put it in a safe place. I don't remember ever taking it out of my car. Why would I? Because I was just going to drop it off at her house the next time, like the next week. I didn't. I haven't seen her since she was in the hospital.
I know, but I think you might have left them there.
I didn't. I would not leave them there without handing them to her. I took the first batch over to give to the grandkids, and I had the last ones to do. I did my video last weekend. I took them over there on Thursday. She wasn't home. No idea. I'll keep looking. Did you move that big blue blanket?
Yes,
I mean,
and I looked under.
I was hoping maybe it got tangled up in the big blue blanket.
I don't think so, because I lifted it and I didn't see anything falling out of it.
Yeah, Mister asked about that too, but it's the class stuff is like they're big zippered bags. I mean, who knows? But each zippered bag has, mannequins and stuff. It's not really a box that something could get shoved into or anything like that. What I'm terrified of is that a door got opened and
they fell out.
That's what I'm afraid of, because I take so many things in and out, in and out, in and out as I'm loading the vehicle. That's what I'm afraid of. And some of them I can't replace. It was the last ones I had. Ugh, I'll find them. I will find them. I found the sock. I found the bag with the sock. I knew where it was. It was in the motorhome. I knew it was there. We've checked the motorhome. I'll find it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're going out. We've got to go to the shop today, so I can look through a few things there today. And for once, it's not a nightmare here, so I just... that's why I wanted to get them delivered so it wasn't here anymore. Get it off my list, get it out of my sight. Because there would be no reason for me to bring it back in out of the car. Anywho, all right, guys. So everybody got our block done. I like this. I like this one. This one came out good. This is our diagonal moss stripe. Even though I made a mistake. Thank you, Cheryl. See, Steve, I made a mistake. I didn't even know it until I showed it to Cheryl. I'm so proud of this one. And then next week we are doing the basket weave. And then the week after that, we have our catch-up week. So then I got to go back and do that dot one. That's okay. I'll feel better about having it redone and having it look a lot better. Yeah. So we'll see you guys tonight at 6:00, and we will be talking with Miss Cheryl will be with us, and we'll be talking about shawls and the other stuff. And fingers crossed that I find that bag today. I'm going to find that bag today. I hope. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys tonight, 6 o'clock. If you haven't got your bingo numbers in, go get your bingo numbers in. We got bingo tomorrow. Bye-bye.
You got a shiny whisker.